Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. Today, I am doing a reading for Aries. That is what my guides prompted me to do this morning as I was meditating, concentrating and focusing and asking them who they wanted me to read for. I haven't done an Aries reading in a while because most of the Aries readings were only getting 1 or 2 views. They weren't super popular, but I do what my guides ask me to do, and this is what they wanted me to do today. So, Aries, there must be something that needs to be said, something that you need to hear. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me just, adjust that. All right. So as I was focusing on the cards and asking my guides, what decks do you want me to use? I always ask them. They always, pull my eye to whatever decks they want. So for you, this morning it was the Earth Power Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. This isn't one that I often use. I bought it for my earth signs. It has real places around the world. It's a very interesting deck. It's just they don't often guide me to use that one. The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed is the second one, and then the main oracle deck was the third. Okay, so let's see what wants to come out. Now, please do remember that this is a collective reading. It is not a one-to-one, so take what resonates and leave the rest. It's perfectly okay if the whole reading doesn't resonate with you, but do take the messages that do resonate for you. Thank you so much for stopping by to view this video. I appreciate each and every one of you who do that. You are helping my channel to grow, and I am very excited about the growth that I am seeing in my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed and you like my style of reading, please do so. It's completely free, and you can come back and watch videos whenever you want. There are playlists for every single sign. You can go back and watch every single video I've ever made for the sign that you choose to watch. All right, so from the Earth Power Oracle deck, you have Wolumban. Mount Warning. I create my own destiny and opportunities. I am humbly eternal. And I think this is a very interesting card. It shows Mount Warning and this big handprint, right? What is the handprint that you are leaving on your life, right? What is it that you are doing or choosing to do? So the key energies of this card are creation, fertility, boundaries, transformation, and resilience. This place is located in Australia, and it represents air and earth, right? So Wolumban is the first place to greet the dawn sun on the ancient continent of Australia. The peak itself changes color as the day progresses. Firstly, a blue-gray, then gold, then what seems a million shades of green, then misty as a Chinese brush painting. Progressive yet eternal. It will be here for a long time to come. So think about what is the mark that you want to leave, right? None of us want to think that our physical earthly life is going to come to an end, but someday it will, and then we'll be in spirit. But what is the mark, Aries, that you want to leave? What are you showing people, telling people, teaching people about you and what you're doing in your physical life, right? Thank you, Spirit. Wow, that was pretty strong. All right, the second card from the Wisdom of the Oracle, this is a number 33. 33 is a very powerful number. Threes represent creation, collaboration, the Holy Trinity. When you add 3 and 3 together, you get 6. 6 is the number of harmony, right? So this is just beautiful. This is chaos and conflict. And some people may cringe when they hear that or see that, but it is nothing to cringe about, because as I have said many, many times on this channel, and Spirit has put these words in my mouth, we grow from challenges, right? We grow from challenges. All right, so chaos and conflict. The essential meanings are disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order, right? And this kind of goes along with what are you doing? What are you showing other people about you and about how you're living your life, right? Maybe something needs to be addressed here, Aries. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. That definitely goes with that Mount Warning card, right? How are you going to change to become the person that you want to be, right? Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. So Aries, I'm feeling now you are a very fiery sign. Sometimes you can be quick to judge. I only say this with love and understanding. I have a sister who's an Aries. I was once married to an Aries. I have worked with Aries, and many times what's in your heart isn't what comes out of your mouth or your actions, and then afterwards you learn from that. And it's the same for me. I'm a Sagittarius. Oftentimes I put my foot in my mouth, and many times I have to apologize for the way something came across because it isn't how I meant it. Okay? So just keep that in mind, Aries, that a change would be good. That's what I'm hearing. My guides are saying a change would be good right now to soften yourself and see the other side of some sort of disagreement, argument, or something like that. Okay? So Spirit is telling you that this time you may not be right, okay? This time you may have to listen, and I'm sorry, I'm giving you what they're giving me. You may have to listen and be educated about the situation. All right, and then you have a 47. This is an 11. This is another master number. You have 33 and 11, Aries. So chickadees. The chickadee is the main state bird. A bird as social as any bird could be. Aries, I know that you love to socialize. You love to be the life of the party. You love to be sometimes the hero of a situation, helping someone. And sometimes it's to the detriment of yourself or your own family by doing that, right? So just, be careful in those situations. It is cheerful in its flock, fluttering about and relaying the talk of the town. Now here we may have a little embedded message, right? So with that chaos and conflict card, there could be something that you're involved in that you may need to step back from or step away from or stop talking about. Okay, so this is where it is linked into how you're presenting yourself. What is the mark that you're going to leave? What are people are they going to say, wow, that Aries is amazing. She helps us in so many ways, or he helps us in so many ways, right? Not, oh, that Aries is a gossiper, and I'm sorry, I'm giving you what Spirit is giving me. I can't do anything but give you, it's a soft reminder is what they're saying. This is a soft reminder, Aries, to just be careful of what you're repeating, of who you're around, of what you are presenting. And a lot of times, many of us do have thoughts, but we don't always have to vocalize those thoughts, okay? That's another kind of message coming through. My goodness, these are flipping. I love it. Love it when these flip. This deck is really amazing for that. It really is. This is my first deck that I actually connected with. This is the deck that started it all for me, and it's still a very vocal deck. Okay, let's see what came out. Let's take these in order. Okay, this goes right along with the message, Judgment. This can be a card of judging yourself or judging others. But the major thing about this card is it is calling you to action. You are being called to do something. You see how this horn is being blown and these people are kind of rising up? So you're being called to do something, Aries, and it could be being a mediator is what I'm hearing. Maybe the conflict for some of you is what you're seeing in a couple of other people or situations. You may be called to be the voice of reason here, okay? This is number 20, which is a 2, which is choice and balance. Choice and balance. We always have choices for how we respond, what we do, what we say. The next card is the Ten of Swords. This goes right along with this message, Aries. It's like it's a message of, it is kind of a message of conflict in this case, right? Swords are words, thoughts, contracts, conversations, emails, text messages, etc., etc. And this guy is laying on the ground because he is really tired of the situation. Tens are the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle because tens pair down to 1. Okay, so this is, in a way, it is giving me the feeling of that conflict, that disagreement, the same old thing coming up again and again and again. And you're going to need to make a choice to deal with it in a different way. You're going to have to make a different choice about that situation, Aries. And then you have the King of Pentacles. Wow, this thing jumped right in there. The King of Pentacles is everything that you've created in your work life, your business life, your material world. This king has worked super hard to create what he has created for himself, for his family, for his life. And he's ready to take a rest. And that is following that 10 of Swords. So something, Aries, that you have created, you're like, okay, I just need to take a break. I'm hearing and feeling, whoa, I'm so exhausted from this. I just need a break. I've done everything I can do, and now I need to rest. That's what I'm hearing. 5 of Wands. This is more chaos. Oftentimes, I say this is a practice card. Wands are in your fiery energy. This is action, passion. Fives are change. These guys are practicing. They're not hurting each other. They're practicing. This is also the card of debate, right? I'm right, you're wrong. So you see, it's kind of 2 against 2. And then back here, you have this guy who's standing up who could be the mediator. I've never read that card that way, but my guides give me the message that needs to come out. We already said something about maybe you being the mediator in the situation, and I'm feeling that same message here, Aries. So what is the conflict or disagreement around you that you are having to deal with at the moment? Is it something at work? Is it something within your family, your children? What's going on that you may have to step back and take that role of mediator? Okay, and the next card is another king. This is the King of Swords. Often I say this is an Aquarius card. This is an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this king pulls no punches. He tells the truth. He has a sword of truth there, and he is going to cut through all of the BS, basically. So the King of Swords is there to cut through the BS. And interesting how these two kings land, right? One above the other. So one king has created all kinds of material wealth, beauty around him, and the other king is the king of truth and getting to the bottom of a situation. Getting to the bottom of a situation. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, let me just... Yeah, someone needs to hear the truth. I don't know if it's you or if you need to say the truth to someone else. But going back to these cards here, I'm feeling as if it's possible that you need to take a look inside when it comes to whatever this conflict, disagreement, debate is, and see how it is you want to respond. Because in comes the Justice card. This is Libra. This is another 11, right? You had 11 in the main oracle deck, and now you have another 11. Powerful number, but 11 also can be at a 1 and 1 is 2, and that's choice and balance. Balance, right? So I'm really feeling, Aries, like there is a situation where you are going to have to be that leader. You are going to have to possibly, remember in the beginning where I said sometimes Aries likes to kind of swoop in and be the kind of hero of the situation, take charge, take control, get things in order, right? Get things in order. Like your card in the tarot is the Emperor, who likes everything to be in order. I'm taking my mini deck just to see if there are some other messages that Spirit wants to give us regarding this situation. So let's just see what comes out. Okay, 2 cards already. Oh my gosh. Another King and the Judgment card again. Aries, Aries, Aries. Okay, so you have 3 Kings so far. This is big masculine energy. Is the masculine energy, maybe it's because this conflict or chaos is feeling very masculine. That's the 8 of Wands. You're going to hit your mark. You're going to hit your bullseye. That's the Ace of Wands, new beginning. Thank you, Spirit, for all these messages. We appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so new beginning. Now, remember how we were talking about renewing and reinventing and bringing order out of that chaos and how you were going to present yourself? Look at that. Justice again. Justice again. This is a big, big message, Aries. Big, big message. Yeah, okay, that's it. That's it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for those messages. Okay, let's take these in the order that they came out and see what we have. Okay, 3rd King, okay? This is your king, the King of Fire signs, the King of Wands. This guy is ready for action. And what I'm feeling is like, all right, I'm really tired of this. We've got to get through this. We need to get over this. We need to do something different. We need to resolve this. That's what I'm feeling from that card. And then the Judgment card. Again, Aries. What are you being called to do? Double Judgment. Double Judgment card, right? This is the 8 of Wands. 8s are mastery and infinity. This is very fast, forward-moving action. Something needs to happen. So the King of Wands, the 8 of Wands, some action needs to be taken before it goes too far. And then the Ace of Wands. These are all fire sign cards, all action and passion cards. This is literally a new beginning being thrown or shoved right at you. A new way of doing things. King of Wands, 8 of Wands, Ace of Wands, all right there. And then you also, so this is the Knight of Swords, another sword of truth. You can soar above this situation, Aries. You can soar above this situation like the eagle. You have your sword of truth. Your horse is marching forward, and you are going to get this situation under control. So 10 of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, all right there. Here you go. Double justice. Okay, there is no doubt about it now. Spirit has brought out all of these double messages for you, right? Double Judgment. What are you being called to do? Double Justice card. How are you going to balance the scales, even it out, smooth it out? But there is no doubt that something needs to be done about this with all those Wands cards. I mean, there is no doubt that you're tired of the situation. This chaos is really dragging you down. There's no doubt that you need to figure out what is the mark. How are you now? The hand is above everything else. You see that? Your mark on this situation, Aries, is how you are going to handle it and help the people get through it. Remember how I had that message of you being the mediator? And we saw that in this 5 of Wands card. We did. We saw that in this 5 of Wands card. The card that's kind of stumps me a little bit is that King of Pentacles, right? What is the King of Pentacles doing there? I want to see if we can, I want to take a different deck because I don't know if same cards will come out, but What is the King of Pentacles doing in the middle of it seems like the only one that really doesn't fit the message, right? Or maybe that King of Pentacles was for a specific person. So, Spirit, what is the King of Pentacles doing there? This king that has created much abundance around him, beauty. He's worked really hard to create that beauty in his life. What can you tell us about the King of Pentacles and what he's doing there, please? What's the message that the King of Pentacles is trying to bring us, trying to bring to Aries? What is that message of that King of Pentacles, please? What is the King of Pentacles doing there? What is the King of Pentacles? What is his purpose of being there? What is the King of Pentacles' purpose? Oh my gosh. The Lovers. Okay, that's so the purpose of the King of Pentacles, who's created much beauty and abundance, is another choice card. So what Spirit is giving me, so the Lovers is a choice. It can represent Gemini. It is the number 6, which is harmony, right? But the Lovers is a choice of what you're going to do with what you have. Anything else that you want to say? So your abundance, your education, your knowledge, your skills, what Aries are you going to do with those? Ace of Swords, Truth, Queen of Pentacles. King and Queen of Pentacles, power couple. Okay. Wow, Spirit, this is amazingly interesting. All right, so the first card that came out clarifying that King of Pentacles was the Lovers, which is a choice, right? The second card that came out is the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth. There is a truth that needs to come out between this King and Queen of Pentacles. King and Queen. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She is the counterpart to the King of Pentacles, right? And you have this Lovers card, this choice card with this King and Queen of Pentacles. And then you have this Sword of Truth card. Possibly this conflict has to do with, it could be an earth sign couple. So Capricorn, Taurus, and, oh my goodness, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Who is the couple, the King and Queen of Pentacles, that needs some element of truth, decision, something that, wow, this is really deep, Aries. I would love it if you would comment and let me know. It could be about, maybe you have a partner who is the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe there's some sort of chaos in that relationship. Or it could be your children's marriage, your parents' marriage, your good friend's marriage, or something like that. Now, this isn't going to be for everyone, but for some of you, whoever resonated with that King of Pentacles with this message, you want to remember not to gossip about it with the chickadee card, right? You want to remember how you're going to leave your mark. You want to remember what you're going to do about chaos, how you're being called to help those people, right? Wow, this is wild. Now I know why they wanted me to do an Aries reading. This is just wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. So, lots of cards here about being the mediator. Lots of cards about being the mediator, but also about truth with the Ace of Swords, with the King of Swords, with the Knight of Swords. There's a truth that needs to surface. Cougar, assertive. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Butterfly, rebirth. That was the beginning of your message, your oracle messages about who you want to be and how you want to be. So, cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Aha! Just like in the beginning when that chickadee, when we were talking about maybe sometimes don't be repeating stuff. Claim your leadership role and take action. Yes, we got the action messages. You know where to go and what to do. Okay, great. You have the courage and confidence to succeed, Aries. Then you have butterfly, rebirth. We already talked about that in the very beginning, about what mark you want to leave, right? reinventing yourself, right? Rebirthing yourself, rearranging things, bringing order to chaos. Bringing chaos to order. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Yeah, love every part of your journey. And then you have Sea Otter, happiness. You did get a couple of 6 messages in there regarding harmony. Be the master of playful living. Don't be too serious. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love, right? Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So, wow. This is quite a message, Aries. Wow, wow, wow. So, whatever it is, the chaos or conflict or disagreement or debate or whatever that is that you're dealing with, please just be mindful of how you handle that. Be mindful of how you react, right? Just keep that in mind, right? Go forward, though. Remember the double messages of judgment and the double messages of justice. Peace and kindness every single day. That's what we strive for around here. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I do love you all.